You're listening to Jason Bolzano's article, The Trump Era, Navigating Economic Revival, Protectionism, and Social Change. Trump's win in the 2016 U.S. presidential election marked a major shift in American politics. Trump's leadership has had a big impact on both American politics and the global stage. Trump has a unique approach to economic discourses, social policies, and social values, which has led to a lot of controversy. Trump's policies and statements as he runs for re-election in 2024 could have a big impact on American politics, global politics, and the economy. Economic transformation. Trump's economic policies were all about reviving the American workforce. In particular, he wanted to reduce how much American industry relies on imports and boost domestic production. His promise to bring factories back to the U.S. gave a lot of American workers hope during the 2016 election campaign. But there's been a lot of debate among American workers and economic experts about how realistic this promise is, given the influence of globalization and technology. Trump's economic plan was all about returning to traditional labor models and bringing industrial production back to the U.S. He said that the U.S. should become a manufacturing powerhouse again, especially in automotive, steel, and other heavy industries. But there were a few big hurdles. First, the economy is now more focused on high-tech and services, which has led to less demand for traditional industries. And since Trump's policies are aimed at the working class, the fact that the economy has changed so much has made it tough for them to have a big impact. Trump said we should bring back manufacturing and industry in the U.S., but these old-style jobs and industries were based on high wages and not much in the way of technology. This has led to concerns that Trump's great comeback vision will, over time, limit America's ability to compete on the global economic stage. When American workers returned to industry, they ended up in low-wage, low-skill jobs, rather than high-paying, well-conditioned ones. This wasn't a complete solution to meeting Trump's promises as part of a broader economic model. Trump said the industry in America should be brought back, but it wasn't possible to revive those old jobs because of things like globalization, automation, and AI. The industrial production in the U.S. relied on huge supply chains spread across different villages around the world. To put it another way, this wasn't just about local production. It was also tied to the global workforce, foreign trade, and technological innovations. Trump's efforts to restore industrial production were also a reflection of technology and innovation. Trump's view of high technology was way off the mark, though, when it came to understanding the global changes in this sector. It's also worth noting that American tech giants have a huge production network around the world, and that this network is based on supply chains in different regions. Products were made in countries like China, Taiwan, and South Korea and then put together in the U.S. Trump's criticisms of this global supply chain were seen as missing the point about the complex structure of international trade. Trump wanted to break up these production networks and get America to develop its own self-sufficient production model. But it's worth noting that high-tech production has become a lot more complex and efficient on a global scale. If we don't produce high-tech products like chips in the U.S., it'll be tough for us to keep up with the tech we need to stay competitive globally. Trump's attitude towards technology threatened the influence and leadership of major American tech companies on the global stage. The U.S. government's preference for importing products made using global supply chains, rather than supporting these companies, has led to more complex economic relations. Trump's foreign policy approach was more protectionist than it was about maintaining America's dominance in the global arena. One of the hallmarks of Trump's presidency has been the trade wars. While the new import taxes and restrictions on trade with China have upset the balance of global trade, they have also damaged America's foreign trade relations. Trump imposed high tariffs on goods from other countries to protect American workers, which led to cost increases in many sectors. While these policies made America less competitive in world trade, they also put domestic producers in a tough spot. Many experts have said that Trump's promise to make America great again could hurt America's global competitiveness in the long run and have a negative impact on domestic economic growth. Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric had a big impact on the social structure in the U.S. during his presidency. Trump has said he'll stop people entering the U.S. illegally, especially by building a wall on the Mexican border. On top of that, he had a pretty tough stance on immigrants and refugees. While Trump was trying to protect America from foreign influences, he also said that the local workforce was harmed by immigrants from outside. While these policies might have been appealing to many Americans, their impact on the economy was not to be overlooked. Trump's attitude towards immigrants could mean a big loss of workers, especially in agriculture, construction, and services. Immigrant workers are a big part of the American economy, and Trump's policies targeting this group could create some big gaps in the local economy. Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric has also led to deeper social and cultural divisions. Trump's presidency saw a lot of debate around immigrant culture, which is a big part of modern America. People saw negative attitudes towards immigrants as a threat to cultural diversity in America. This not only made social ties weaker but also led to more conflicts between different cultural values. Trump's presidency marked a significant shift in American social values. Trump won over conservative voters by standing up for traditional Christian values. Trump's views on issues like gender equality, LGBT rights, and women's rights got a lot of support, especially from conservative groups. Evangelical Christians saw Trump as a leader who would put America back on the moral track, and said his presidency would help rebuild social order. The defense of these social values has had a big impact on how the Trump administration is approaching family structures, religious values, and traditional patterns of society. However, this approach caused a lot of controversy among other social groups. Feminists, LGBT rights advocates, and other progressive social groups saw Trump's social policies as a threat to modern, democratic values. Trump's decision to run for re-election in 2024 has had a big impact in the U.S. and around the world. What will happen if Trump becomes president again? It's a big question mark, not just for America but for the world. If Trump gets elected again, how will America's economic, social, and global policies look? Will the policy changes he makes as president reshape the global order? Trump's decisions as president could reshape the economy, social values, and global politics. Trump's presidency might not just make America a more powerful global player, but also push it further into a more isolated position in foreign relations by adopting a more local and nationalist approach. These changes could be a big problem for a lot of global issues that America is involved in. Trump's future is important not just for America, but for the whole world. What happens in American society now and in the future will have a big impact on global politics. Thanks for watching.